One day I'm gonna be everything I wanna be. I don't let it get the most of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be everything I'm gonna be. My future right in front of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be free. So let me be free. From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges. A host with a fire burning in his soul. With a heart steel and a spirit unbroken. He rides on two wheels ready to claim his throne. Amidst the chaos and the thunderous roar, insane wheels rise as a force to be reckoned with. Fueled by the power that only metal can bestow, he takes his step, refusing to submit. Insane wheels hear his battle cry. Metal and mayhem will never die. Rituals report he pays his way. Oh, legend in the making, day by day.
Man, oh man, it's just another beautiful freaking day in the neighborhood. Welcome, everybody. And hey, listen, it's Monday blues. I get it. I get it with most people. They're not down with Mondays. But listen, we're going to go ahead and make it the best possible Monday we can. You know what I mean? Good to see everyone, man. Hopefully everyone's doing fantastic. Good to see everyone. Man, we got a lot to discuss, though. Unfortunately, we have a lot in the news, as you guys probably all are used to by now. Every Monday, it seems like they just pile it on. And that's exactly what's happening. So we're going to get into it. Trump pushes for Russia-Ukraine deal today. We're going to go ahead and discuss what he's talking about there, as well as the Israeli forces call for evacuations. So there's a lot to discuss and probably like 10 or 11 like breaking news segments. So there's a lot going on. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. Make sure you guys hit that like button on the way in, man. It helps out the show immensely. It's the #1 metric of all of YouTube, man. And it's free to do so, by the way. If you guys are brand new to the show, hit that subscribe button because it's also free. Please consider becoming a member starting only at $2.99 a month. We're making sure we're not going to be breaking any bank out there. But listen, if it is going to break your bank, don't do it. But listen, this is exactly how we can continue doing exactly what we're doing right here, right now, and not cater just freaking views to get payment or monies, right? So, hey, listen, we don't cater shit for views around here. Also, a little side note, follow my Instagram right here at BallValveTV, where I post everything behind the scenes of not only my lifestyle, but as well as the show and Millennial Food Time. We always get down with our crazy bad selves over there. And last but not least, of course, every donation, super sticker, gifted membership signups, super chats, of course, they're going to be shown onto the screen and shouted out. But if you guys would like to, listen, if you guys would like to send in 100% of your money and have 100% of it come to me, man, we have these platforms scrolling at the bottom for the remainder of the show. And of course, I will shout you and your message out on those platforms, man. So humongous thank you to everyone for hanging out with us. We got all the legends up in here. We got Steve Easy, we got Wildcard, as well as Brother Red. Good to see you guys. We got Naomi in here as well. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. We got Chairman of the Board. Yes, sir. Good to see you. We got KP as well as K2. Keep on trucking. That's right, man. Good to see you. As well as Gary, man, and Jesse. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We got Cowboy as well as we got the Chase. We got Chase right here, man. Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing fantastic. It's been a minute. It's been a fat minute since I've seen you, man. Good to see you.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Shit. We got Tiffany. We got Tiffany. We got Straight Jacket. Look at that. We got everyone in here, man. It's always my honor, man. We got Brother Hardwire in here, man. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, as well as Mount High, man. Yes, we got our left-handed tobacco ready to go at all times, man. Yes, see, exactly. Like button and left-handed tobacco all around. That's right. That's right, sir. We got plenty enough for everybody. What's up, Rabbit of Chaos? Good to see you. Good morning, as well as Frederick Frame. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. All right, good morning to everybody. We're going to get into the craziness because we have a lot to discuss. So I don't want you feeling like I'm quickly just trying to bypass you guys or anything, but we just have a lot to consolidate into 1 hour, you know? All right, let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to, the top of the morning is going to be Israel and why the Israeli forces are calling for evacuations. I don't even know yet. So we're going to find out together. And here we go. Shit.
Good morning, and thank you so much for waking up with us here on Live Now from...
Oh, shit. Motherfuckers came in hot real quick. You guys wanted to show a little support, man. Hey, we got Straight Jacket, by the way, coming in for the 8 months, man. The Fat 8. Good to see you, man. Very much appreciate you for your patronage, kind sir. As well as brother Steve Easy saying, good morning, y'all. Dues for 5 of the homies. Listen, if you guys didn't know, we do a little something called dollar dues. It's been something that we've been doing for a long time. But dollar dues, and Steve Easy just paid for 5 of the homies right there. So dues paid, absolutely. Kind sir. Very honored by you guys, man. Huge W's in the chat, man.
Fox, I'm Jeanne Francine here with you on this Monday morning. It's March 31st. And as we come on the air, we are following some breaking news headlines. I want you to take a good look at your screen. This just coming in, courtesy of Israel War Room on this Monday morning. They say, quote, the IDF issues an urgent evacuation warning to residents of southern Gaza's Rafah.
Damn.
They go on to say Israeli troops are resuming.
We didn't see that shit coming.
Targeted combat operations against terrorists embedded in densely populated areas. Civilians are urged to evacuate immediately to the Al-Mawasi humanitarian zone. Now, you do see on the left side of your screen that map that is in Hebrew. My producer...
Yo, what's up, Doug Ross, my man? Good morning to you.
Was able to get that translated to English for you on this Monday morning.
Oh, perfect. They did a translation. Yes. All right. So, to all the residents of the Gaza Strip located in the areas of Rafah, the municipalities of Al-Nasar and Al-Shaka, the eastern and western regional areas, and the neighborhoods of Al-Salam. I can't name all those, but anyways, the IDF is returning to fight with great force to eliminate the capabilities of terrorist organizations in these areas. For your safety, you must move immediately to the shelters in Al-Mawasi. Damn, dude. It's brutal. So we're going to go ahead and skip because I just read it.
Air and ground war earlier this month.
Oh, shit, by the way. Oh, shit. We got Naomi coming in with a 5 spot, by the way, saying, hit the like. I'm watching y'all. Very much appreciate that, Naomi. Hopefully you're doing good this morning as well as I think you know that I'm having a good morning as well. One thing we can agree on is that soccer is a woman. Wait, hold on. One thing we all can agree on is that all soccer is women's soccer. Oh, okay. I hear you. I hear you, motherfucker.
At the beginning of March, it cut off all supplies of food, fuel, medicine, and humanitarian aid to the territory's roughly 2 million Palestinians.
Why are you gay? Stop being gay. Doug Ross, by the way, coming in with the gifted membership as well, man. Thank you so much. Man, this is exactly how we're able to continue doing what we do, man. So I can't thank you enough for your selfless patronage, everybody, man. Thank you very much.
They say this was to pressure Hamas to accept changes to the truce agreement. The evacuation orders appear to cover nearly all of the city and nearby areas. The military ordered Palestinians to head to Mawasi, a sprawl of tent camps along the coast. The orders come during a normally festive...
Well, to answer that question, Doug Ross, if you're referring to the big dogs as the United States, or if you're referring to them, I think that's who you're referring to, the United States. I hope that they don't. I hope that the United States does not get involved. Now, do I think they're falling into a trap right now? Absolutely. Absolutely. And my side, my party is totally falling for it. And they're continuing to fall for it. And that's something that irks me a little bit, and it worries me because that's the last thing we need to do. The truth is I don't give a fuck about them over there. All right. I don't give a fuck. The truth is if anyone's going to decimate them, it needs to be Israel. It needs to not be us. We need to not fund that and get involved in that. Let them do that shit. By the way, we got Tats over there across the pond. Good to see you, and good afternoon to you. She always is kind to know that we're all in the morning here. So she says morning to everyone while it's straight up in the afternoon for her. So good to see you as always. Hopefully you're doing good. Let's see what we got here. Yes, Mike, I think we all know each other's mornings have been. Yeah, exactly. No, allegedly, right? No, we have a good time.
Muslim holiday marking the end of the fasting month of Ramadan. We're also learning Israel launched a major operation in Rafah on the border with Egypt last May, leaving large parts of it in ruins. The military...
Yeah, I woke up, Tiffany, this morning at like 4 in the morning, and there was lightning, thunder, rain, and there's still rain. It actually just stopped raining right before I hit go live. So just 11 minutes ago, it kind of just calmed down. But I think it's going to rain more today.
Seized a strategic corridor along the border, as well as the Rafah crossing with Egypt.
And as you guys know, this is the hospital in Gaza that got airstruck by the IDF, right? So they came in and specifically targeted one person that was in here. He was like one of the top head dudes for the political wing of Hamas. So anyways, that's why they keep showing this little image here.
But they blew up to the outside world that was not controlled by Israel. Israel was supposed to...
Whoa. Tat's coming in with the gifted 5, by the way. Holy shit, dude. I'm so sorry. I'm a little behind. I'm trying to do a little back and forth here. But Tats, yo, that's huge. Thank you so freaking much for that. Guys, if you guys got a gifted membership from anyone here, make sure you thank the people that gifted you a membership, because that takes real money to do, y'all. You know what I mean? So listen, Tats, thank you so much for your selfless donation there. Thank you so much for that. And also, by the way, while I'm here, good to see 13 up in here, as well as Aaron. Good to see you. Good morning to you. We got brother Slim. Thanks for hanging out with us, by the way. And yes, that was very awesome. And then Slim just gifted another one, by the way, another membership being dropped. Yo, and then Fatty. Whoa, Fatty coming in with the 5 fucking gifted memberships, man. Whoa, man. Shit's huge. Thank you, Fatty, man. Thank you for contributing and helping out. Good, fantastic shows and panels that you've been running lately, dude. You definitely got me intrigued to watch, man. I'm definitely there to, show off the Untouchables, baby. Shit. Oh, shit. Thanks for hanging out with us, by the way. And thank you for that, kind sir. We got Doug Ross, by the way, sending in 20 spot. Man, thank you very much. Saying 6-pack dough. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Doug Ross, thank you so much for your selfless, kind donations, man. Man, that is a membership drive, Straight Jacket. No fucking kidding. It was like a whole halt. Like everyone was like, yo, everyone, there's a halt. We're just going to go ahead and stop everything here and just go ahead and show off that the motherfuckers want to show a little love. Fatty coming in, by the way, becoming a member. That's actually one of my favorite things to see, is when people actually sign up for a membership and they're not just waiting for a membership kind of thing. Like that shit is huge to me. So Fatty, thank you not only for that, but as well as becoming a member, man. That's big business for me, man. Show shared, man. Hey, listen, man, nothing but the utmost love and respect to you, man. Thank you for everything. We got, yeah, that's right. Cash App Drive. Yeah, yes, sir. Remember the dollar dues, man. We got to bring back the dollar dues. Anyways, back to this, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for the help on all of that, man.
Draw from the corridor under the ceasefire it signed with Hamas back in January under U.S. pressure, but it later refused to, citing the need to prevent weapons smuggling. Israel has vowed to intensify its military operations until Hamas releases the remaining 59 hostages it holds on this Monday, 24 of whom are believed to be alive. Israel has also demanded that...
Wait, are they saying the hostages, they've got 24 live hostages? Is that what they just said?
Releases the remaining 59 hostages it holds on this Monday, 24 of whom are believed to be alive.
Okay, so 59 hostages are left and 20 something. How many? 24?
Hostages it holds on this Monday, 24 of whom are
24 are still alive. Wow. Holy fuck. Oh, man, that's so brutal.
believed to be alive. Israel has also demanded that Hamas...
That's the first time I'm hearing those numbers, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I had to bring it back, because no one has been, we don't know how many hostages have or are alive or unalived. And that's kind of been a thing. Like, they're probably just all unalived, unfortunately. And I'm glad to hear that some are still alive, obviously. But yeah, it's a terrible situation. Doug Ross, gifting out a membership, man. Thank you so much, by the way. You have helped immensely over the course of since you've been hanging out with us for the last almost a year, man. So, Doug, thank you so much for your patronage as well, man. Brother Beezer, we got the man, the myth, the legend right here in South Florida saying, thank you for the gifted membership to the Obama phone, having viewers. P.S. After the show, get a job. Hey, hey, listen, my job is to fuck homies up on Call of Duty. Beezer, thank you so much, kind sir. And good morning to you, allegedly. I want to make sure that I make my rounds while I'm paused for a second. Say hi to the beautiful, beautiful people in here. You know what I mean? We got the Breakfast Club in here thick this morning. My internet sucks today, so I'm out of here. See you, legends, tomorrow. Be safe and enjoy the day. Brother Steve, hey, that shit frustrates the shit out of me. When my internet's in and out like that, I'm like, fuck this shit. I don't even care anymore, But yeah, no, I get you, Steve. Yeah, the immense amount of love, man. Go ride, fuck work. Exactly, Doug. See, at least me and you are on the same page, 350,000 people, Gary says, are without power after the weekend storms here in Michigan. I had no idea about that. That's a lot of fucking people, yo. That's a lot of people. We're talking over 250,000 people are without power in a state, man. I didn't know that. That's super, super shitty. And yes, that is a huge W to the chat, by the way. Thank you guys so much for showing so much love. Yeah, exactly, Red. Get them. W member gifters. Facts, dude. All right, back to the story, guys.
And leave the territory. Conditions that were not included in the ceasefire agreement and which Hamas has rejected. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu saying Sunday that Israel would take charge of security in Gaza after the war and
no shit.
Implement U.S. President Donald Trump's proposal to
oh my God, it's happening. No way.
Resettle Gaza's population in other countries, calling it, quote, voluntary immigration, end quote.
Okay, so just the immigration part, not the whole new Gaza thing, but I know that's the first step to this shit.
That plan has been universally rejected by Palestinians who view it as forcible expulsion from their homeland, and human rights experts say it would likely violate international law. Hamas, meanwhile, this Monday insisting on implementing the signed agreement, which called for the remainder of the hostages to be released in exchange for a lasting ceasefire and an Israeli pullout. Negotiations over those parts of the agreement were supposed to have begun back in February, but only preliminary talks have been held. So all of this information coming in from the Associated Press.
Yeah, that's a lot of info being dropped, and the AP dropped that one.
This Monday, as we are following this breaking news, the Israeli military on this Monday, March 31st, ordering evacuations for most of Gaza's southern city there in Gaza. Again, this just coming in from the IDF.
Okay, we don't need to hear this guy say what he said again. So we're going to go ahead and move ahead. I believe we're going to get into, okay, so now we're going to move into Russia, Ukraine. Okay, so foreign ministers meet on security and support for Ukraine. So there's all these extreme lefty people coming together, foreign ministers and whatever, and they're going to talk about support for Ukraine and blah, blah, blah. We need to do this and we need to do that. They're just totally taking it up the poop chute. You know what I mean? Anyways, then they move into talking about this exact topic, but with Trump actually speaking on Russia, Ukraine. So that's what we're going to be primarily listening to on this aspect. But we will listen to a little bit and see how this kicks off, and then we'll just skip ahead. Let's go ahead and just...
The first ever European Commissioner on Defense and Space.
Whole bunch of commies.
You'll be invited to this very important meeting, G5+.
Fast
The
forward.
Spanish industry is really one of the most strongest industries in Europe. And I hope that...
Shut up.
We need Putin to accept a ceasefire.
We need Putin to go ahead and accept a ceasefire.
Without conditions.
Without conditions, because that is only right.
Now.
Right now.
It's also important that
European important. Man, take it up the ass, dude. Shut up with your silly ass self. We got Tats coming in, by the way, coming in. Boom. We got that 5 spot to the Breakfast Club. Hey, look, we got dues paid even more so. We got 5 more people. But hey, Tats, thank you so much for your kind donation right there. Shit. See, exactly. Shit. And yeah, YouTube is a motherfucker. When it comes to us discussing a certain star state, it just happens every time. It happens to everybody. It kind of sucks. And yeah, we got to start that party fund. We do got to get on that. For this morning, yes, the support is immense, by the way. Absolutely. All right, let's go ahead and get this.
Partners continue.
I'm done. I'm very done listening to this, but it's like when you're peeking like through your fingers, you're like, I don't want to see, but I have to see. It's kind of one of those situations.
You to step up.
We need them
to
step up.
Euro-Atlantic security.
Why are you gay?
And defense.
Why are you gay?
In the United Kingdom,
you are
we
gay.
are committed to getting to 2.5% of spending on defense.
Well, that's what I meant by a certain star state. Red. That's what that meant. We got allegedly saying you're impressive on the guitar. You should show it more on your channels. Totally enjoyed. Thank you, allegedly. I do have, I've been performing music since I was a little kid. And it's something that I still love to do. It's a true passion. But I kind of left it behind in a certain sense that like I'm not trying to like make a career out of it, just do it out of passion. I was with, 7 different touring bands before I moved here in Alabama. So in my past, I've have a lot of music behind me, and it's totally not this type of music either. The music that you recently just heard. I'm getting out of my comfort zone. Totally. But allegedly, I appreciate that, by the way. We got brother Lee Lance in here. Good to see you, by the way. I've been watching that woodwork of yours, man. And you're killing it out there, man. Good to see, all those kind of like cool ass, like I love woodwork. I love any type of, I see that as like an artistic talent, So Lee, good to see you, man. Putin is going to be going on to his own thing. UN and the EU commies can F off. Yeah, I agree with that. Not the great state of Texas. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I always wonder what happened to Mr. Hanky. The suit threw me off. Oh, shit.
By 2027 and getting to 3% into the next parliament. This is
hit the Discord, everyone.
A very important time to be discussing
We're all in
this
there.
issue with European colleagues over the next few hours. I'm very pleased to be here in Spain and also
yes, I'm staring at his posted wood that he put on social media.
UK Prime Minister standing alongside President Macron in France, ensuring that we share the load here in Europe.
Oh, you definitely love to share the load. You are gay.
And that we continue to partner with our friends in the United States to broker and to get the peace that the Ukrainian people deserve. But let us be absolutely clear. Peace in
Mr. Boulay, good to see you, man. Hopefully you're doing fantastic. We got Alabama's finest. Good to see you, my man. Oh shit. Naomi, we're having one of those unique issues where once in a while we get like 1 out of 50 people. For some reason, the damn link for the fucking Discord does not work. I don't know why it does that for certain people and then it's totally fine for others. Have no idea. We'll get you in there allegedly. We'll make sure you get in there. But good to see you, Mr. Boulay. Good. Hopefully you're doing fantastic and not getting too drowned in your memos, dude. But yeah.
Pray and security for
All right, I'm done with these guys. I'm done with these commies. Let's go ahead and move this ahead. We're done with that. We had so Marine Le Pen barred from seeking public office in France, and that is actually being a like a breaking story. We're not going to go ahead and play that. It's just something I'm showing you guys, letting you know that it happened or whatever. Now we're going to go ahead and see with President Trump says peace talks between Russia and Ukraine are progressing. So let's go ahead and figure out what he has to say on this.
Sunday night.
Ukraine and Russia.
So he said this Sunday night, not this morning.
Joins us from New York.
Hold on, I want to hear what she says here.
As President Donald Trump says peace talks between Ukraine and Russia are progressing. This while also criticizing Russia.
Shit, what's up, Avant? Hopefully you're doing fantastic. I don't even know if any of that shit will work over there. I don't really use Twitch anymore, my man. If you want to come over and hang out with all of us in the community, we're on YouTube, man. If you want to come over, it's Insane Wheels, all one word, Insane Wheels. And yeah, that's where all of us are hanging out. So hopefully we'll see you over here. But I mean, if you want to hang out over there too, you can. Your comments are still going to be shown. So if you'd like to add into anything. All right.
Russia's President Vladimir Putin for his calls to establish an external leadership for Ukraine. We're learning he's wanting to do this to negotiate the end of the war. Fox's Sue Guzman joins us from New York with the latest.
New York.
I think we're making a lot of progress.
President Donald Trump showing optimism in potential peace talks between Russia and Ukraine as he returned to Washington, D.C. Sunday night.
Ukraine and Russia, there's always conflict, but I think we're making a lot of progress getting it stopped.
But the president also voiced concerns about remarks from Russian President Vladimir Putin, who has called for Ukraine to have external governance because he believes President Vladimir Zelensky's leadership is not legitimate.
It's not.
Disappointed in a certain way.
It's not legitimate.
Some of the things that were said over the last day or two having to do with Zelensky, because when he considers Zelensky not...
Yes, sir, brother KP. Oh, man, you know what I fucked up not doing on this live stream? Is this. My bad. I got you, KP, before you run. Shit. We get down with our bad selves. All right. Good to see you, by the way, KP. Be safe out there.
Incredible. You're supposed to be making a deal with him, whether you like him or you don't like him.
Trump says recent remarks from Putin have not hurt their relationship, but the U.S. could enact additional tariffs if the Russian leader does not cooperate.
I don't think he's going to go back in this world. I've known him for a long time, but I think he's going to be good. And I certainly wouldn't want to put secondary tariffs on Russia, but if they were put on, it would not be very good for them.
President Trump says a peace deal is needed as soon as possible to end the violence between the two countries.
We just want to see thousands of soldiers a week stop dying, because they're dying at numbers that probably haven't seen since the Second World War.
It's astronomical.
No reason whatsoever.
It's terrible.
Trump says the only deadline currently in place to complete a deal is a, quote, psychological one. Sue Guzman, Fox News.
All right, Sue, thank you so much for that detailed report. And in that report that Sue just shared, she had remarks from President Donald Trump aboard Air Force One. We're going to play those remarks in full when we come back in just 2 quick minutes.
Hell no, we ain't doing that. We're skipping right ahead.
For no reason whatsoever. It's a shame. It's a shame. So I think we are making progress. Step by step, there's tremendous hatred between the leaders, what you call the whole situation leaders. But I think we're getting that done. And the Middle East, a lot of things are happening with respect to Iran.
Can we get better audio, motherfuckers? We got the most important man speaking in the world, and we got bunk ass audio. I don't give a fuck where you guys are at. Like, you can get proper condenser microphones that like drown out all that bullshit. Like, if they were to use this microphone, for instance, you wouldn't hear any of that shit. You'd hear him sounding good.
And that situation.
No, I don't want anybody to win. I don't want anyone. All I give a fuck about is America winning, Hanson. I don't give a fuck about any. I don't care about Israel. I don't care about any of that shit to be real. You know what I mean? The way I look at it is I'm America first. Everyone else is last. Back to this.
Mr. President, on the additional oil sanctions that you mentioned today, when will they start?
So we have a couple. We have the secondary tariffs on Iran, and we'll probably give it a couple of weeks. And if we don't see any progress, we're going to put them on. We're not putting them on right now, but.
Okay. How does America win if Russia wins? Well, that means the end of the war, and that means the end of us funding it. So, boom, right there. We're done funding a war that is not even ours. There you go. That's how that happens. I just want to see an end to the war. That's all I give a shit about. I don't give a fuck who wins.
Remember, I did that 6 years ago, and it worked very well, put it mildly. And if the election weren't...
Brother Carney, my man. Good morning.
No problem with Iran today, but it was,
Can't hear Trump really good.
know what he was doing, obviously. And we have a very rough situation in the Middle East because of that. You ended up with October 7th. And you would have never had October 7th, and you would have never had Russia going into Ukraine likewise. But we're going to make a decision on secondary tariffs on Iran based on whether or not they're going to make a deal. If they're going to make a deal...
Is he wait. What did he say on that last sentence, that last part?
Secondary tariffs on Iran based on whether or not they're going to make a deal. If they're going to make a deal...
On Iran? Tariffs on Iran?
Then we're never going to put secondary tariffs on. We're going to hope they have a great, long, and successful life.
Can barely fucking hear the cocksucker.
As a country. But we'll see what happens. Very interesting. I can't imagine them doing anything else but making a deal. I would prefer a deal to the other alternative, which I think everybody in this plane knows what that is. And that's not going to be pretty, and I do not prefer that.
What makes you think they're going to go invade another country, Hanson? Have they ever, like, the truth is, okay, it's very simple. It's very simple. Putin's a terrible dude. Okay. Let's just get that out of the way, because you may think that I see you challenging, which is fine, but I'm not going to sit here and have this constant back and forth conversation nonstop while I'm trying to present news. But I will just say this, is that if you don't fuck with Russia, Russia ain't fucking with you. It's very simple. You don't fuck with me, I ain't going to fuck with you. What makes you think they're going to actually go and invade another country? It's not going to happen. All right, back to this.
Mr. President, on the tariffs, you said that you were at one point that the tariffs Tuesday would be more conservative than what people might think. There's reports that you are maybe now looking to make the tariffs higher. So are you weighing higher tariffs, or?
The tariffs will be far more generous.
Tariffs are very simple in the regard of just making an equal playing field globally. Because the thing is if you're creating a whole bunch of shit here in the United States, yeah, it's us and blah, 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 you're competing against your own nation. But then what happens is these companies become globalists, and they're trying to sell not just to America, for instance. Of course, every company is a globalist, in my opinion. So with competition that happens around the world, it allows there to be an equal playing field. Now, we have been getting taken advantage of for years, and that is true. That's not just a Republican talking point. It's very true. We have been taken advantage of. Now we're just sending it back the other way, and people are upset about it, which rightfully so. It is a volatile thing to do to our economy, especially when you put tariffs on, you take them off, you put them on, take them off. It's gonna create a volatile economy, right?
Than those countries were to us, meaning they will be kinder than those countries were to the United States.
That's right, Beezer.
Over the decades, they've ripped us off like no country's ever been ripped off in history, and we're going to be much nicer than they were to us. But it's substantial money for the country, nevertheless.
On the tariffs that you're planning, so you're expecting to hit something like 10 to 15 countries, is that right?
Well, see, let me go ahead and just answer this, and then I'm done going back and forth on this. Okay, no matter what, tariffs always boil down, like where it goes down to who it actually affects is us, the consumer. You can't get around it. Okay, I'll give you an example of exactly what Kamala Harris's opposition and how she was going to fight this was. She didn't plan on doing tariffs, but she did plan to do raise taxes on the corporations. So that's all still a trickle down effect that would go down to the consumer as well. Corporate taxes, it would do the exact same thing. So why not defend ourselves in the middle of us having to take the hit? Because if you're just putting corporate taxes on, you're not actually fighting anything other than just your own fucking corporations in your own nation, right? Fuck that. Like, at least if we're going to take the hit, we might as well fight back a little bit. And that's exactly the way I look at it.
All of my countries across the board.
I don't know who told you 10 or 15.
Well, we heard that. So we heard that you were going to aim for the 10%.
But you didn't hear it from me.
Okay, so how many countries will be in that initial tranche?
You'd start with all countries, so let's see what happens. There are many countries. I haven't heard a rumor about 15 countries, 10 or 15.
So you're starting with all countries?
Essentially, all of the countries that we're talking about, we'll be talking about all countries. That's not a cutoff. And if you look at the history and you look at what's happened to us, you go to certain places, go to Asia.
What's up, Jay? Good to see you, my man. He says, I am more worried about the situation in Yemen and tensions with Iran than Ukraine. I actually do agree with this. Iran is, again, it's the bait that Republicans are taking on right now. And that's not something we need to take the bait on. I think you guys know that I say that about the Middle East in general. Iran is firing weapons at the U.S. versus Russia, who is not. Exactly, dude.
You take a look at every single country in Asia, what they've done to the United States in trade, and by the way, in military in a certain way. You look at, take a look at trade with Asia.
Exactly, cowboy. 1,000%.
Is treated as fairly or nicely, and but we are going to treat them. We're going to be much more generous to them in terms of heart. We're going to be much more generous than they were to us.
Yo, Gunpowder Nitro, good morning, my man. Always good to see you. Hopefully you're doing fantastic on this beautiful, for me, it's a gloomy Monday day, but it's beautiful out.
You said you were not joking about it.
All perspective, man.
Possibly wanting a third term. Does that mean you're not planning to leave office on January 20th?
I'm not looking at that, but I'll tell you, I have had more people ask me to have a third term, which is
now the reporters are asking him, are you trying to run for a third term? And he's saying that I've had a lot of people say I should, blah, blah, blah.
Because the other election, the 2020 election was totally rigged. So it's sort of a fourth term in a certain way. I just don't want the credit for the second. Because Biden was so bad, he did such a bad job.
100%, Hanson.
That's one of the reasons that
I agree.
I think I'm popular because we've done a great job. I think we've had the best almost 100 days of any president. And most people are saying that it's an honor. We're bringing back our country. We're respected as a country again. And we're strongly respected. And people are amazed. I was with some very important people today, and they said that they've never seen a turnaround in the country as fast as this. Even look at our border. We have nobody coming in. And you can't come into a country.
Which he is right about the border. It's not no one, but it's definitely decreased by what, like 90% or something
You have to come in
per day.
We have nobody coming in to our country. It's almost shut down. They've never seen anything like this.
Constitution limits a president to 2 terms. Is it your understanding that they have to
I
be?
don't even want to talk about it. I'm just telling you, I have had more people say, please run again. I said, we have a long way to go before we even think about that. But I've had a lot of people. Did you have some?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you, do you think that's an appropriate precedent to set, even if it wasn't you in this position, to see a president serve a third term?
I don't want to talk about a third term now because
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about third term right now. That's good.
No matter how you look at it, we got a long time to go. We have a long time. You know, we have almost 4 years to go. And that's a long time. But
That is a long
despite
time.
So many people are saying, you've got to run again. They love the job window. Most importantly, they love the job window.
Would you say your relationship with Vladimir Putin is at its lowest point right now?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he's going to go back on his word. You're talking about Putin. I don't think he's going to go back on his word. I've known him for a long time. We've always gotten along well, despite the Russia hoax. It's a hoax created by Clinton and Schiff and all of these.
No, Red. You just figuring something out?
Lunatics. And that really was a dangerous point. That was a very dangerous thing they did to this country. It was a pure, unadulterated scam, hoax. But no, I think he'll be okay. But if he isn't, I was disappointed in a certain way. Some of the things that were said over the
No, he came into the chat last week, Lee. He came in the chat last week and he said hi and hung around actually for a little while. But he told me he was busy taking care of his pops.
last day or two having to do with Zelensky, because when he considers Zelensky not credible, he's supposed to be making a deal with him, whether you like him or you don't like him. So I wasn't happy with that. But I think he's going to be good. And I certainly wouldn't want to put...
All right, this is enough of Trump. Yeah, he only speaks for a couple more minutes. I can't stand not being able to hear, dude. That's something that, dude, you gotta have good audio, you know? Okay, UK organized immigration crime summit, like as if they're gonna do anything regarding crime, as if. Israeli police are reporting suspects arrested in Qatar Gate investigation. I'm not sure exactly what investigation they're talking about. And they're also reporting top Netanyahu aides arrests in Qatar Gate investigation. All right, so we've got a little story going on here. And he tweeted out some bullshit. I mean, Netanyahu. All right, let's get to it and see what this is about. Moving on ahead. WTF.
Back to live now from Fox. We are following some breaking news, which takes us out to the Middle East. Take a look at your screen. This just coming into our live now from Fox Newsroom, courtesy of the Prime Minister of Israel. We found this just recently on X. It says, quote, after conducting in-depth interviews with 7 worthy candidates, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has decided to appoint former Israel Navy commander as the next director of the ISA.
Yeah, they started for me around 4 in the morning, Dwayne, for me.
As we're learning this news, I want to give you a live look out in Jerusalem, Israel, on this Monday morning. This, as AP reports, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu has nominated...
Okay, the Associated Press is reporting on this one.
...a new domestic security chief after he moved to fire the current one over a crisis of confidence that critics say was politically motivated. Netanyahu this Monday nominated former Navy commander to lead the agency, which surveils and thwarts attacks from Palestinian militant groups. Now, this nomination comes as Israeli police said they have arrested 2 suspects in connection with an investigation into ties with the Gulf Arab state of Qatar and the office of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Further information we are learning from AP says that Netanyahu's party has slammed the arrest of a top aide to the Israeli leader, saying, quote, it's part of a civil servant-driven effort to topple Netanyahu's rule. It named the advisor arrested as Jonathan Urich, a longtime aide to the prime minister. It said in a statement that his arrest was, quote, a new low in the political witch hunt against the Israeli leader. Now, earlier this month, Netanyahu moved to fire a former chief, a step that sparked an uproar in Israel. Netanyahu said he lost faith in that person over Hamas's October 7, 2023 attacks and over disagreements of ceasefire negotiations. But critics say the dismissal undermined Israel's independent state institutions and came at a problematic time. This as the agency was investigating links between the Gulf state of Qatar and close advisors to Netanyahu. Israel's High Court froze the dismissal pending further hearings, but did clear the way for Netanyahu to interview candidates for the job. And that again brings us back as we're following this top story. We know that, as I mentioned, that Israel's party has slammed the arrest of this top 8 leader, saying it's part of a civil servant-driven effort to topple Netanyahu's rule. And then, of course, learning that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has nominated a new domestic security chief after he moved to fire the current one over a crisis of confidence that critics say was politically motivated. So a lot we're following out in the Middle East for these breaking news alerts. We are looking to see if the Israeli government will hold their daily briefing out in Tel Aviv, Israel. We have yet to hear word, but of course, if we do get that in, you'll get that right here on Live Now from Fox. 8:31 here on the East Coast. Let's go to a quick 2-minute commercial.
Nope. On to the next. Members of the British Liberal Democrat Party launch local election campaign. He's writing. What? Are you serious right now? Am I seeing this for real? He's actually. There's no way this is real. There's no way. Oh. Let me ask you guys a question for the liberals out there. This is the type of shit that if I were a liberal, okay, I would fucking despise this shit right here because this is what the Liberal Party has become.
It's not going to hurt you.
Okay. Look at this. This is unreal. This is absolutely unreal. What in the fuck is happening here?
It's killing me.
Yo. This is so gay. Why are you gay? You are gay. Hey.
It's a refusal.
Hey.
Yes.
Hey. Hey. This is
It's blue.
unfucking
We're going straight
canny.
through.
What? What? This is crazy.
What crazy?
What in the fuck is happening? Oh my goodness.
Got a gammy leg.
You are gay.
I'm
I
late.
hate
They're going to put me
people.
down.
This is insane. We're watching this. Oh, not
Okay, that's
easy.
it.
Oh my God, this is way too good.
For the cameras. Hello.
This is way too good, yo.
Is it fun?
Yo, brother JS, good to see you, my man. Hopefully you're doing fantastic. Sorry, we got a little bit of an ordeal happening over here, you know. And it does look like Tim Walz. Oh my God, this is crazy, yo.
Hey! Woo!
I can't believe we're watching this.
Hey!
I can't believe this shit right now.
Do you do this regularly? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Do you do this regularly? Is it fun? What's your name? Oh, Millie.
Yeah, Jesse. Yep.
So is this are you a regular part of the hobby horse
This is what Western civilization has come to.
adventures, are you?
Look at this. This is so crazy. You had a corn cob saddle?
Wow. You look like you enjoy it, do you? In 5.
I can't believe this is on the news. No kidding, Trigger. I mean, if you were ever a liberal or you are a liberal now and you're looking at this, you've got to be just so beside yourself. Like, they are such misrepresenting me. That's how I'd look at it, you know? But do liberals actually, like, I mean, it seems like this is what they get down on, for real. It's crazy, the support. Oh, my goodness. This is fucking crazy. I can't believe this.
Very friendly.
Dude, this is insane, Steve. I'm gonna throw up. What the fuck?
It's mesmeric. It's mesmeric.
Right.
Directly after that was the drag show.
I'm not doing it again.
What's up, Kitty? Good morning or good afternoon to you in the UK.
Seriously, I've got my leg isn't.
That's right. It's woke as fuck, yo. It's woke as fuck.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Emotional damage.
I'm done watching these people. Ah, man, that was fucking brutal. All right, that caught me way off guard there. All right, so let's see what's happening here. The one of the headlines here is foreign gang members deported to El Salvador. Marco Rubio tweeted out something last night. In a successful counterterrorism operation with our allies in El Salvador, the United States military transferred a group of 17 violent criminals from the Tren de Aragua and MS-13 organizations, including murderers and rapists, in order to keep the American people. Damn.
As foreign terrorist organizations.
There's more to it,
These
I'm
criminals
sure.
will no longer terrorize. Our military transferred a group of 17 violent criminals from the Tren de Aragua and MS-13 organizations. He says this includes murderers and rapists. This is a developing story, so make sure to stay tuned right here on Live Now from Fox. As we go to a quick 2-minute commercial break, taking you out to Washington, D.C., giving you a live look at the White House. Beautiful weather conditions there this Monday.
Yep. Enough of that. We're going to continue on and see if we've got another breaking headline here. 2 dead in central U.S. as severe storms head east. As you guys can see what they're kind of showing right here, right now. These were 2024. Okay, so I get what they're doing. They're looking at the hurricane season from last year. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and move ahead here because we do know about that. We do know that Florida Governor DeSantis speaks out today, I think very soon actually, about property tax relief. There he is. Boom, he's out there. But I don't need to hear about it. We're not going to go ahead and report on that. I'm just letting you guys know it's there. If you guys want to go back and watch any of that, you guys can type that in on YouTube. We're going to go ahead and move it ahead. Another breaking news story. Let's go ahead and figure out what's happening here in the last hour. 3 soldiers found dead after disappearing in Lithuania. What the fuck? All right, so 3 U.S. soldiers were found dead in Lithuania. So let's figure out the story here. I'm trying to back it up enough because I actually do want to hear that story.
We are now learning that 3 U.S. soldiers have been found dead after disappearing during a training mission in Lithuania. 3 of 4 U.S. Army soldiers who disappeared during a training mission in Lithuania last week have been found dead.
Yo, what's up, David? Good to see you, my man. Good morning to you, my man.
But the search is ongoing for the 4th soldier. That is according to the Army. Their identities not released at this hour. Now, we did want to share the very latest as the U.S. Army is continuing to investigate. This happened last week when 4 U.S. soldiers disappeared while training in Lithuania. They now say that 3 of the 4 confirmed dead, but the search is ongoing for the 4th U.S. soldier. The U.S. Army said that the Hercules armored vehicle that the 4 U.S. soldiers were in during a training exercise had been found submerged in a body of water. It said
Whoa.
recovery efforts at the time last week were underway by U.S. Army and Lithuanian armed forces and civilian agencies. The soldiers were all from the 1st Brigade, 3rd Infantry Division, and they were conducting tactical training when they disappeared. And we did want to bring you the very latest, as we now know, according to the Army, that 3 of the U.S. soldiers have been found dead after they disappeared during a training exercise in Lithuania. The 4th U.S. soldier still has not yet been recovered as we continue to follow this breaking news. The U.S. soldiers were in Lithuania, and that is one of the Baltic countries, including Latvia and Estonia, that
one of my really, really good friends who helped me build the stream house back in Huntington Beach in California. He was Lithuanian. And yeah, he was a strange bird, but he was a cool dude, super cool dude. He'd die for you, you know what I mean? But motherfucker was a strange bird.
Are all NATO members and have had oftentimes chilly ties with Russia since declaring independence from the Soviet Union back in 1990. So we are continuing to follow this breaking news at this hour, bringing you all updates as they happen. We're going to take this opportunity to step away for a brief break. We'll be right back.
Nope, no brief breaks, because you know what? I think that is the end. And let's see if there's any more breaking anything. I'm checking. Nope. There sure isn't. And this is live this second. Yep, that is it. Ladies and gentlemen, we were able to consolidate this enough to where we were still able to make this in 1 hour. I told you guys that we're going to do our absolute best to keep it on track with the 1 hour ordeal. We're consolidating. You know, not everyone wants to sit there and watch 7 hours of the news and not know what they should pay attention to, maybe what's not. And, you know, you guys don't have to deal with that. I get to be able to present that to you guys, and it's consolidated within an hour, man. So listen, I can't do this show without you guys. Thank you all so much for being here, and thank you so much for your selfless donations. Humongous W to the freaking Breakfast Club, man. Listen, stick around, everybody, because we're going to be sending you guys off with a raid. We're going to be raiding our buddy over there, Tomfoolery. He is a funny character. He's a lefty. So, but listen, he's somewhat of a cool dude. You know, his takes are fucking dog shit, and he knows it. They're dog shit. But guess what? He's a good dude, and I'll go ahead and show him a little love. So this is not a big troll session, but if you guys, you know, get in there and hear some shit that you guys don't agree with, say it. You know what I mean? But anyways, thank you all for being here. Make sure you guys hit that like button on the way out, man. It doesn't matter if you guys hit that like button in the very beginning, in the middle of the show, or in the very end, man. It's what counts is that you guys did it, man. So humongous love and respect to all of you legends. And until tomorrow morning for more of the world's madness, God bless, and we'll see you guys very soon. Stay safe, everyone.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges, a host with a fire burning in his soul. With a heart steel and a spirit unbroken, he rides on 2 wheels ready to claim his throne. Amidst the chaos and the thunderous roar, insane wheels rise as a force to be reckoned with. Fueled by the power that only metal can bestow, he takes his step, refusing to submit.